the office there say, they do when they go down. So if I don't say I go, I don't go show where the car stands. Relax. So Shatta, okay, so where did you get the Lamborghini from? Chama, yeah, that's street too. Almost all my car sentences. I get boys where they come with cars every time for Ghana. And I buy cars anyhow. People know me. Go check. Charlie, if you saw they buy my cars from day one. Oh, Charlie, yes, Charlie, they can't show me. I don't even know the owners. I don't even know the owners. Sometimes if you pay before the owner say, I won't know this guy in car instance. But you asked me about this particular Lamborghini. And I told you, Chairman, the Lamborghini, the taxi, Edu buying Kimi, no. I be third party to the car. I don't even know who even shipped this car to the country. Hey, God. I don't even know who shipped this car to the country. I don't know who shipped this car to the country. I told you that, but I am a third party to the car. So if you are telling me that the car is for Dubai, I don't know, because the car buy $150,000.
Somebody I know can say dear Charles ni ama Mensa adodo na abon nsamrani Shatta Wale ewo Yoku office economic and organized crime organization na minimse mu nyina mu nimde ntia sabe Shatta Wale ewo hono ni na eye the Lamborghini otoya yellow asa entro krasa yellow Lamborghini otoye na sunko edidi ene ochina adechiese ene Yoku diomo nsa atoso ni na eye one guy bi a o 7 J terms ewo US FBI for a capture no a omo be fa ne call ya omo extradite na omo de call ya o 7 J term omo chiremu a sa Lamborghini no dia edaso anase dia enam so ema Shatta Wale saka Lamborghini no the ownership no eklemu sa owura ni din enti so bi dam sambre na se Lamborghini wo ha e de na kire we eye asensebe abunyabo yenkotie lawyer Adofo what you say lawyer Adofo eye one eye lawyer renowned lawyer wabin wo emrem wabin papa wabin enti me pese me kasa bebre yenko na yenkotie lawyer Adofo nsem a oditu edwa ewo saa nsem we ehu na wa chechire mu going into details wa check the reasons why amasa Shatta Wale ababedu sambra wadu eweye Onia TV sorry Onia FM achese Onia FM Mr. Speaker eneni no esa interview no yenti nsem oditu dwa na yakoba yebeto aso
Adofo eni enkobo council Otto Caro pay good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Minia.
Bacho empombo ko de
No way, I'm sorry.
Eradi adom odi yenko ache anope. Enti yedi kan menim se wodi wani adi achi kakra. What is happening with Yoko and then artist Shatta Wale? First of all, no in law, emra kwai so no mandate no by Yoko to be investigating organized crimes, financial crimes, and the kika honi nyina no. Is it in the right direction upon the detention of Shatta Wale?
Many am with chief. Go ahead for will be and will be action. Look, Yuku, economic and organized crime. The victim is the victim. The state there, Yuku has a mandate.
Okay.
And he's a victim in the state there, Yuku has no mandate. As we know, Yuku is only investigation about tax evasion and what's the other one? Money laundering and the rest. Tax evasion means to say, why you do just says we'll check tax and more money.
Yes.
Well, yeah. The body said, I'm not a man or advocate. It means that a man and a victim. The body said, like you say, you could have mandate to investigate. The internet
Now, concerns maybe yes, I mean, especially when it comes to the charge of money laundering. He seemed to have benefited from the proceeds of such an act. And I mean, how do we put that in law? Emrano saying when it comes to aspect of this nature.
Well, look, it's difficult to say because for you to be able to say what the position is in law, and so to know all the facts of this case.
Okay.
I don't know if information police is for no work. You call your police department. The name information on work at this stage. And I am not in a position to say whether they are right or not. But they are entitled to investigate if the victim is a government or the country. And in terms of the actual case I had discussed here, I feel that sorry no, evil. If I say evil, the exact facts now. For example, that money laundering is a Lamborghini. I go you should know.
Yes.
Now if it turns out that it was criminally procured, then there is a case for Shatta Wale to answer. And if you refuse something that is stolen, and that's what people react, and that's what they bear. Oh no, it's an offense. And at this stage, it will depend on the full facts of the case. And so far, no, I don't know if he has been charged. Information I want whether he has been charged.
Yes, per the Yoko statement, those are the issues and concerns they raise. And the issue of money laundering, tax evasion, and then identity fraud. I mean,
but no, doesn't mean say you're charging with those offenses. You're not charging it. It's a bit premature. A bit who exactly what he's facing. Then we are charging it. Then he will know exactly what he's facing. Then now we can tell you the position of the law.
But because of concerns, if he has not been charged, on which basis and a detention no ebeba for Benroa Besiano pay?
Look, reasonable grounds of having committed an offense.
Okay.
And only minimum standard. Police ni and number 1 team. Naso who say wo unya kono aboboa. Michu. And now say who's wabo kono michu. You want you need reasonable belief that you are about to commit an offense or you have committed an offense. And me obviously I'm hesitant.
Okay.
To say definitely bit much charging or not. Because I feel no more investigation, I feel no more to know. Who's answering the car no yahe. Last year, 2 years ago, the taxes would try saying, and so on. And to him at this stage, it's still at the investigation stage.
Okay.
But they have only up to 48 hours. And if someone releasing him within 48 hours, then Shatta Wale may have a cause against them.
Now, I'm holding the Anti-Money Laundering Act 2020. Section 1 no define or say a person shall not engage in money laundering. Section 1 subsection 2 says that a person commits an offense of money laundering if the person knows or ought to have known that a property is or forms part of the proceeds of unlawful activity, and the person A converts, conceals, disguises, or transfers the property for the purposes. B concealing or disguising the illicit origin of the property. And these are activities so we are a forming part of the money laundering scheme or scandal. I mean, the law can catch up with you. Now, over section 2, it talks about abatement of money laundering. The provisions of section 20 of the Criminal Offences Act 1960, Act 29, on abatement of an offense applied to money laundering with the necessary modifications. And what it means is that it is either say, oh, so some crofo so and now one crofo money laundering, no, and now so say one kasa we involved, or better still, no, we'll have a process of such an act, no, you can be caught up in that web.
And okay, now it has a money laundering. We can it here for the purpose of our listeners. Here, someone say, because na upaso what the fuck we be so the banana stick up. Ever say no why? I'm all official. Now the client we have whom say lawyer, that's all representing me. This is you. Maybe I made you $20,000.
Okay.
What's the remember? No, this can buy $2, $10, $8, $100, $50, $20,000. Clearly, as who says can very papa. As who says can drag money.
Okay.
Because yes, only $2, $100, $50, maybe it's $20,000. Now the premier, then now some minimum say, another person can hear papa ninety. So I find a way with the customer account. So what are they?
Yes.
In your customer account, mupe from Sikapino, abandon Sika papa.
Okay.
So what are they? It means that and you drag money. Police for China can straight away. No, they know say where no $100, $2, $1, sorry. Sika, I the collection. Sika. So as long as also solid collection, yeah, is them.
Bigger note, smaller note, and so on.
That's the you will say Kurawa. A suspicious money. There's a way in says Gano. I just say, we are maybe I want to see the more junior says Gano. Collection, apart from also for which me about, I can say Sunday, I want to see come to collection, I don't know. Apart from that, no, what request can be? You can be suspected of money laundering, and now say criminal activity. There's what to read, and now to in Ruboni Nibi. And into the candidate that because there's no way I'm going to be the says can go bank I am process amount.
Okay.
These are solid for no pay, and they be able to see. We are quite solid for next. Edited Katimisa, I'm more Marco to bank there collection, Sunday collection. So, over American.
Yes.
And we might be a soft one as a good fear tax because which means says Capuduzi for collection there. Then you must be able to pay tax. And only discussion I say in the country, aside of this Shatta Wale, it now would depend on Shatta Wale, the evidence or more. But we need evidence there, not the usual antics, political game, and as they want to make noise for others to think some way money. Then that is another story.
Okay, but Cousin, before I let you go, for the purposes of education, any your TF1T, I know, sir, we have what we call tax evasion and then what we call tax avoidance. Now, as individuals, when it comes to our tax laws, Emrano SSA, and at what point do we classify, say, obi evade the tax? And for that reason, no SSO nya asotwe ewo ho.
Look, that's a very good question. I am not sure if I have the answer because you are asking tax questions.
Exactly.
And no, we need experts in taxation law to be able to tell us. But the matter is, in my own mind, they say, we are ordinary citizens. That's a one year Juma. A man say fine. You better go 1 year Juma. You better count quota. So, okay, you be good. The moment you need to be able to explain where you got that money from. Because unless you pay tax on the money, anybody at all can say this can is. For example, and this is why I had a problem with the US.
Okay. Cecilia
the party. Now, what we are investigating cases, can if you for the big them, and maybe I will declare now. Well, yeah, how you can do some very solid investigation.
Okay.
Tax is sent here last year. Tax is sent here the year before. What mean can say a money laundering, and therefore you don't have a mandate.
Okay.
I paid now no idea also watch charge MPA for you. So only the money laundering. I was in only Monday to me. I didn't have any all Monday.
Exactly, Kazo.
This is the party, and who Bobby cutting the whole world only Monday. Not really, and people what charging for with money laundering. A chance is a BB course.
Okay.
So, a chance is a BB course. Because I sent in class. It'll be $1 million. Must have been me and you, but $1 million a day. They may be please straight. I'm telling you, that week I said $1 million. Why investigate? I don't say money laundering. It's you the cock of my Yoko. What the cock of my Yoko for? So she can't walk back. Who's gonna cock of my man? It didn't even a Yoko ever investigate. What did they make an
Yes, I do.
The money is not with Yoko. It is never more investigate. Investigate no American first Kabia Mama. And I'm in this Kabia. What are they going to do? The same thing. Yoko did our investigation. Fine. But they should not make it a media trial. They should investigate whatever facts they have. They should come to court. But Ghana no I say you need the media trial. I say they over court and
they are trial that ewo media anymore. Maybe we are saying any result to be a.
And no problem no. Shatta Wale a big deal. Oh, you use Lamborghini. Lamborghini no boy saying. Okay. Shatta Wale last year we income you're saying. The year before we income you're saying. Fine. Dr. Kabia say fine. Okay. Here's your taxes. You can easily get his tax record. Without making it in the media trial. But
the statement about yes.
What did they make an But I have your state institution any media trial and a hard game.
And no sooner that may ban and come maybe say I mean Ghanaians believe say Ora no akoso at the beginning of this year. Ora Emma report. I mean, if there is anything to go after, I mean, the Ghana for any di say sika moka chere say ayira abinda there buy any person you know and say attention ko more. But it looks as if say no one asema koda and right now we are dealing with individuals omo Ghana for say dem who say omo hu hia sa.
Media. Now we are so okay. Ora no, and that's what it is. Is it Ora?
But say Ora na your report submit it. And to report no any more details no na nkiye say we'll get some level of closure.
Is it a new Ora bio? Attorney General say we should be realistic. It is no longer Operation Recover all loot view.
Okay.
It's now Operation Recover some loot.
Some loot. Okay.
The Ora na somebody say chemo hokra because what is continue case against Dr. Adofo because say realistically you can't recover all the loot there. Then what killing Ora completely? What killing no? Because what say realistically not all the loot can be recovered. Back to this one, Ora no the matter. Is dead, buried, and cremated.
And no, you ain't tell what some be about. They say no, you individual lawyer Adofo who says they ain't champion bet me afro. It be about to be afro because they say lifestyle of the terms of boy.
I'm afraid say yeah, Benjamin. I said you are this one how cry. Yeah, Benjamin. Yeah, Benjamin. It told you from here. It's Ghana had it to picture. Yeah, happy Shatta Wale these things. It's not making news. We don't have more America cry. Yeah, America cry fine. Getting one in view because we'll be person say, Oba media money was here. Now, I know I go in the Obo. I will tell what's not head over here now. A king.
Now, as a council, no, sir, Shatta Wale management 8 year what will be the utmost advice I would be more pay as to how to go about this?
Look, we are not allowed to give advice on air or in the media because the moment you do that, you are showing the enemy of your client the tactic you are going to use. I don't know, sir, the mechanism.
Yes.
So, advice is always advisable to be kept in confidence because All Shatta Wale can do now is to go. If he knows he's guilty, he should go and admit the offense. But if he knows he's not guilty, he should not go and admit the offense. And let them come and prove it. Okay. But after the tactic here, need to discuss it on air because your opponent is also listening. So what have you? So it's better you keep that under wraps.
Very well. Anzo, I'm grateful for your time. Mami Nase, and lawyer Kwame Adofo, a constitutional lawyer, speaking to us on the sidelines of the Sinonina and Yanino at the Eho and Common.
So that is it. Into in summer lawyer, Adofo Eddie to Gami. I am not a lawyer, but you can attest to the fact say when Chichibua Ababontina, any Iyoku press statement or more release the Ababontina, any Shatta Wale unable to claim the ownership of the seized Lamborghini na the yellow Lamborghini na everything shows say Papa Shatta Wale na ho aba asem kakra. And I think so one money bill I $10 million dollars. Is it 10 million Ghana cedis also? Yeah, 10 million Ghana cedis bill and our mama no another 2 sureties and no can who be and ama sabre Charles ni ama mensa onye free yoko custody a ogusu a oyeden onye mu edi nsawoso abusiafo one thing ewo mi say Ghana ha yi no sinyankopɔ yɛ wadom na sɛ wunya sika kakra edi tukotoko mu a udi a na waka ɔno atum na wadi sɛne sɛ ho nti sɛ wohyɛ aseɛ sɛ woshow nneɛma wohyɛ aseɛ sɛ wolavishi mu kyerɛ sɛ wowɔ sika wɔ kurom ha the only thing politicians ma me making it clear the only thing politicians ɔmo mpɛ ɛne sɛ obi bɛ lavishi money na ɔbɛ claim sɛ miwɔ wei sɛ ɔnyɛ politician koraa na ɔmo ahyɛ aseɛ ɛyɛ nhwehwɛmu na ɔmo ahyɛ aseɛ find the root of it. Shatta Wale yɛ one guy or a self-acclaimed person in fact every day in day out maybe a supporter I'm one of his fans mankana me boy me Shatta nyompa but sometimes the way and manner how Shatta Wale goes with things and yet saa ne Lamborghini ho sense no ba abonten ebeka nsem bi video ana sebi odidi Richard Acha a ono ene ye Iyoku boss sesie yo ono ye Iyoku boss a odidi atem keka nsem bi ono ni say Shatta woni say wo problem with your Lamborghini you know say the ownership no wo problem with it in campaign forces oh obi a atetehuo tua no to de nka wonkori entra what ja but Shatta Wale di an check say ebewi achi omo beye verification omo be verify omo beye authentication aye bibia ebewi achi na chese Lamborghini no ni ownership no ontimi enye de enkyere nipa kora oton ma no and even otimi kyere kora na chese akoye owura bia wadi sebi enyambra sema US FBI for abe extradite ne de ne kɔ US a wɔ 7 J term ɛno nam so ama US court na ɛwɔ hɔ no US court na ɛwɔ hɔ no atimi a ɔda sɛ ɔmo nye de ɔmo nye nhwehwɛmu ɛmfa Lamborghini bi ho a ewi akyire Iyokufoɔ nsa kan yɛ a ɔmo ɛyɛ den etrazy yɛ ɛyɛ follow up ɔmo track yɛ a ɔmo track ɔmo kan sɛ record ne kopie ɛwɔ Shatta Wale di fie and it is sad and it is a lesson for we the young ones to learn because sometimes Abrabom can give you everything one you hear usuban no ni can take off the Abrabom the amount why me Shatta Wale me penasem but sometimes how we see kasa e media no so let's compare the artist. This is a stone boy. They be on any beef na dia. The one say stone boy so dan kasa gidigidi o. Sounds na sa akodi on so be kasa always there cool at their chambers working. One Shatta there say on man say phone entry ni. But we sound so a bia no we money traso. We sound so always you put something valuable out there. That is your reputation. To be a power ultimate do ko baby episode do ko bia. What you see? Regardless of the Shatta Wale, one of the realistic artists in the industry, the music industry, But that fact, still remains. The one thing is a Shatta ekasa sometimes rough. Ne nneɛma bi ɔyɛ. I know say some fans moon so sim so because many abri pa many abri bi me some fan. The moment I can no fan che papa. The bros yadi na because chas nneɛma means sometimes nneɛma bi wɔ hɔ no he needs to calm down and he needs to be very careful. Some flares when I the executive manager at the owura handle na handle no edi kwan sɛ nka in the first place video no obeye ya obey lambaste ye yoku boss no Richard Acha no edi kwan sɛ nka moma ne ye. You people have to get closer to him and give him all the necessary advice legally and emotionally. Say beya oye BBM be reaching and for problem and less some flares ma hu say why hot pa as if say wona sika ne free bottom but once you are his manager and the nyeden ohu be kombi nyeden onso ohu be ba asem not in the sense say we be done and visa but pressure be better so but who in term now or advice and I don't think that this kind of pressure will come and that is it. So why do comment section it is Shatta Wale as at the time I was recording this video there now he's still in the custody of Iyoko here Richard Acha Urano the office and as in the custody I only an address obeja Shatta ho and I learned say the fans so any abra umu soruku ejame on the streets. I don't know either they are protesting or they're doing what chesi nim the omoye eti sana brabotie I mean can say the one prophet bishen come say Shatta Wale biwu and the way and manner how Shatta Wale approached this man it wasn't good no kwaripa obishen kun so biwu humbly no call nipa na friend no kwan ne kwan be nso nti obewu and die mpo ne bisi now and have tete I mean dialogue na mu hu di bisi and I guess nipa no 15 year no call police on the person to arrest him and it could be say ABS police case yanka enka mama enka bi enka we so nye de anyway mama mfa we si me pese me ka se bia na kina mo so esi me so why mama bye